Hi there Pokefans, I am your humblest chosen fan and you're watching Pokemon Gym Challenges. Today we are going to take on this 3rd and 4th champions or Elite 4 members. That is the correct word, Elite 4 members. And first up is the Ice type trainer. First up, let's switch out our Pokemon to a more adequate member. I think the grass type member Ludicolo ought to be able to deal with ice type Pokemon purely because of the fact that it has a Focus Blast. That is the brunt of the strategy. I don't have any other legitimate strategies other than to use Ludicolo and his Focus Blast. Now some of my other Pokemon might have attacks to help me out. Like for instance, Kyogre might be able to help out with his Thunder when I am facing Glacier's Water type Pokemon, and she has 2 or 3 of them in terms of Valrein and Celia. But if things go as planned and I don't miss too many Focus Blasts and I don't have to face too many bloody Protects, then things ought to be quite okay. And why I switched out over here, I have no idea. I don't know what... oh yeah, I know. Swampert has Superpower, which is also a fighting type attack. And since clearly did some sort of light screen or something that protects it against special type attacks. Not protects, but lowers special type attacks effectiveness. I thought I'd better switch out to a physical type attack. I don't know how much it's actually going to work or help in the end, but currently that is the brunt of the strategy. Okay. Yeah, I am doing this exclusively to get rid of the fog or the hail, because this bloody Frostlass has some sort of cloak ability that prevents it from or that makes it very hard to hit in hail conditions, and its blizzard that you just saw it did would have been 100% accurate had it been able to hit that attack. So now I'm switching into my Crawdaunt, which is strong against ghost types, and then, as I thought, Frostlass set up the hail again to increase its evasiveness. That's the word I was looking for. Because it's time to switch into Kyogre again to take away the hail. So this is the kind of cat and mouse game that we are going to play today. Weather games. So I took away the hail again. Okay, another Confuse Ray. Bloody thing. So I'm going to switch out again. And then it's going to set up the hail again. And then I'm going to switch into Kyogre again to set up the rain again. And then it's going to confuse me again. Let's see if my prediction pans out. It did. Yeah, I was correct. It set up the hail again. It's a bad thing that the hail keeps hitting me every time, because if this keeps on, my only physical attack against this bloody Frostlass is going to die before it can actually do anything effective. But let's try and switch out again. Okay, this time we're going to Kingdra. I don't actually know what Kingdra can do, but we are just taunting this Frostlass at the moment. Okay, hail doesn't do all that much damage to Kingdra, and we are a little bit better off I wonder how many hails that was now. I'm trying to stall out the hail PPs. If I can do that, then Frostlass is as good as dead. I'll switch out again. I think Kingdra is... Okay, this time it's Pelipper. Now Pelipper is a flying type, so the hail might do more damage to it. Granted, Kingdra is a dragon type, but it's a water dragon, and for some obscure reason it gives it a slight immunity to ice type attacks. It's not perfectly immune, but it's not as weak as other dragon types. Now please leave a comment in the comment section below if you know what the count is of these hails. I think that there is only about 10 PPs for hail. Let's try another Origin Pulse. Okay, that took out this Frostlass. Because Frostlass didn't confuse us this time, it tried a Blizzard or something. Which means I didn't actually need my Crawdaunt. Okay, now it's time for Valrein. And yes, I think it's time to switch out. Now let's see if Ludicolo can do his Focus Blast. Because the light screen had run out by this time, so Focus Blast ought to be fully powerful by now. Assuming I can actually hit. And now why did I do a Giga Drain? That didn't do nearly as much damage as a potential Focus Blast might have. He goes for a full restore, or she goes for a full restore. I should have done a Focus Blast. The second Giga Drain didn't do as much damage. Another full restore. Let's see if my theory is correct that Focus Blast would have taken it out. Still it didn't take it out. I am surprised. Okay. Shows you I am not the all-knowing participant in this battle. Even I can be wrong, especially since I don't do any counting. Counting like those that are in the Nuzlocke the community does. If I was a Nuzlocke, I would have counted perfectly and I would have known how many attacks it would have taken for each attack I have to the relevant Pokemon. Now again, I switched into Kyogre purely for the weather, because Frostlass is kind of invisible during hail. So it did a hail while I was switched out, so now I have to switch out in some other way. Okay, who am I going to use? Okay, Pelipper, you're up. You're unlikely to be much use in this battle in any case. It did that attack. Okay, now it's time to switch out again into Kyogre and switch up, set up the rain again so that the hail goes away and I'm actually able to hit Frostlass, because Frostlass has an ability, I don't know if this specific one has that ability, but it has an ability to hide out in hail. I think it's Snow Cloak or something. And I took out this Frostlass. It went fairly okay. Yeah, I think it's time to switch out. I don't have very many Focus Blasts left on my Ludicolo, and I don't know how many I'll actually need. Okay, let's do a superpower against Clearly. I don't remember if Clearly is physically stronger or special stronger. But it doesn't actually matter because it worked out for me in the end. I managed to win this battle. So I'll have to heal up a bit and then go on to the next battle. And hopefully I can do that before this episode ends. Anyway, if you haven't done that yet, please check out my community tab or my community page on this channel and vote there on the poll I have set up over there. Now, if this is going to be anyway close to what my previous two series is going to be, I'll probably have between 0 and 5 views on this video. But that doesn't actually matter. I suppose it is because most people know by this time that I'm actually going to complete it. Not that that was ever a question, because in this specific game, specializing in water types is the easiest thing on earth. There are so many water types available to use that it's not even funny. If you fail to specialize in water types in this game, you're just a weak player. Especially if you are playing the rules that I am playing, which are the easiest rules that you can play. If you're playing Nuzlocke rules, it's a little bit more difficult, but there are so many good Pokemon to have that in this specific game it is really easy. Okay, so I switched out to my Kingdra because now I'm going to face the Dragon type Elite 4 member, and Kingdra is quite handy. Its only actual weakness is the Dragon types, and it has a very nice Dragon type attack. Now granted, Meteor or Draco Meteor does reduce my own attack or all my stats. That's why I gave it a white herb. But if it lowers any of my stats, I will consume that white herb and it will make all of it kind of redundant. Now against Altaria, a much better attack to use is an ice type attack. So in fact I had the wrong Pokemon out front. So now it's bird against bird. Ice type against a dragon type, dragon flying type. And it uses Cotton Guard, which raises its stats. And it does a Dragon Pulse. I hope it doesn't paralyze me. Luckily it didn't. And I do an Ice Beam against Altaria and take it out in a single attack. That was awesome. Pelipper grows to level 54. Now I'm trying to reach more or less level 55 for the champion. Now against Salamence I can still use the same Pokemon, but quite evidently I'm going to switch out to Kingdra. I could have just used any of my other Pokemon that had a ice type attack, because Salamence is also a flying and a dragon type, 4 times weak to ice type attacks. But I'm going to use Draco Meteor against it. Hopefully it takes it out. I think an ice type attack would have been better, but anyway, that is that. I take out Salamence. Luckily I didn't have to face Mega Salamence. Okay, Kingdra grows to level 54 as well. Now did I consume my white herb? Well, since I'm switching out, it doesn't actually matter whether I consumed it or not. And if I did consume it, it was a waste because I switched out. Okay, so this is a bit of a challenge because Kingdra, which is now my opposing Pokemon, is only weak to dragon type attacks. but I'm going to use the strongest electric type attack I have. Okay, it does bloody yawn. I hate that. Okay, I think I'm going to risk it and just take it out with Thunder, because I don't think I'm going to go back to Kyogre in this specific battle again. Okay, so Ludicolo grows to level 54 and Swampert grows to level 54, and obviously Kyogre goes to sleep. He's going to send out Flygon, also weak, 4 times weak to ice type attacks. Why is he sending all these Pokemon that is 4 times weak to ice type attacks? Flygon is a dragon and a ground type Pokemon. Ground is 2 times weak to ice. Dragon is 2 times weak to ice. All I needed in all of these battles is an ice type Pokemon, and I could have beaten all of them, or just an ice type attack. It does a Dragon Pulse against me, so that's bad, because that is literally the only attack that Kingdra is weak to, which means I have to switch out. Well, I didn't have to switch out, I choose to switch out, because there was a risk that Draco Meteor was going to miss again. So now I'm going to actually do an Ice Punch, because Flygon is 4 times weak to ice type attacks. Now in this stage it's a pity that the Pokemon Company had a creative block, so Flygon didn't have a Mega Evolution. Another Flygon. I may as well stay there, but I'm going to switch to Ludicolo. And I think Ludicolo also has an Ice Beam. So the whole purpose of having a Kingdra was actually not all that necessary. I should have gone Kingdra versus Kingdra. That would have been much more useful for my Kingdra. Anyway, I've defeated Draco. I had some Pokemon level up. This is going to be the end of this episode. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Please consider subscribing to the channel, leaving a like, and sharing it with your friends. Now it's time for the champion. Thank you and goodbye.